Well, I had hoped we were going to have the tweeting of little birdies right outside the window and it was going to sound all nice and park like. But all we got is a noisy city out there. A few minutes ago, a jet flew over. Yeah. Anyway, well, I guess it could be worse, right? One of the viewers kind of reminded me I should maybe do something about this thing here, and I took the green tape off. The reason I had the green tape on there is because this thing here was sharp. Well, that's a no-brainer. Just sand it down. Anyway, you know, these came from the dollar store. And I don't know why I'm, trying to salvage them. I've glued them together how many times now? Now, yesterday, after I had glued this piece up from the bottom, if you remember, I did go around in a few other places, also from the bottom, and sort of reinforced it. You can kind of see here where it's, you might say, wicked its way up, like or something to point with. I'll use Tennessee Jim's mini Q-tip here. Okay, right there, you can sort of see that the glue did come up onto the deck. But I think after we touch this up with paint... Oh, by the way, speaking of paint, it seems to me that one of the viewers mentioned that this part from here up is black. I don't know, I'm going to look into that. Maybe we be painting that the NATO black. Anyway, we are officially on step 55 now. We've actually finished this one right here. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, and on both sides. So that'd be 6, and the 2 here be 8. I gotta find 8 more little, I'm calling them gussets. I don't know if that's the correct word. It's some kind of bracing anyway on the real ship. Now I've taken a cotton bud here and I've removed the gray paint. If you remember, we sprayed what was railing. There used to be a railing all in here, and I sprayed it. Well, we got a lot of overspray on places like this. And this is the other end of the cotton bud. It's just get the last of it. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to be putting these in the ultrasonic cleaner, all 8 of them actually. That way I know that the when I brush the paint on, it'll stick as good as possible. Earlier this morning I had stepped outside for something, and I knew that it was going to be pretty hot today. Looking at my thermometer now just after lunch at 12:22, yeah, 35.9 Celsius. Yeah, that's what, 12 degrees difference between inside and outside? No wonder I noticed a difference. Now, I was noticing a few minutes ago that one of these little gussets, okay, you notice we got 2 19s right here. And I was finding it unusual that usually you'll have, like you've got a connection here, and but there's no connection right here. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Like this one has 2, and then 1 on the other side. Now that's not really important. I mean, the thing survived, right? So we'll just have to very carefully take this one. And this one. And then I think what we're going to do, rather than try and do the other ones awkwardly, because it's much easier for me to do it with my right hand like this and just bring it in and go like that. So I think I'm going to just turn the whole thing around and just put everything on pause here. Okay, this is number 19. Another 19. $18. And 18. Okay, so for number 1, I've already done this one here and this one here. So we just have the remaining 2 on each one. Okay. Now number 14.
Well, for number 14, I forgot to push record. And when I did push the button, I thought I was turning it off, and I was actually turning it on. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to start doing that again.
Okay. All of these pieces are going to have to be put in from the bottom. So I've got to think of a way that I can fasten this upside down. And I'm not going to do the ultrasonic cleaner on these, because I'd have to do it 4 times in order to not get them mixed up. Some of them are just too similar. So I'm just going to glue them on and hope that the paint's going to stick to them okay. Unless I was to take and maybe put one little scratch on each one of these and then mark a 1, and then 2 and 3 and 4. I mean, a person could maybe do that, and then you'd be able to figure them out later. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know yet. Anyway, yeah, I got to figure out how to hold this upside down, because I pretty much need 2 hands. And then there's the other thing. Once these things are mounted on the bottom, how do you set this? Anyway, we'll worry about that when we get to it. I'm going to try and somehow use the helping hands. These clamps will damage this, so I'm going to have to come up with something else. I'll think of something yet. Okay, I was getting started to rig something up here, and I noticed that I've bent these over to the side here a little bit. As I mentioned before, these things can only be straightened so many times, and then they're going to fall off. I don't know, I should try and bend that up a little bit straighter, or well, I'm trying to be careful, folks. Okay, now the plan is to try and use this somehow. That's gonna, well, let's see if I can do it. Now, I had originally put this clamp on this one right here, but I was finding that the bottom of the clamp was just too close to these little items here. So my thinking now is, if I can, see, now where will that come? If I could get it to sort of lock in place here. Okay, something like that. Now, we turn it upside down and take the helping hands like this. Okay, something like this I think will probably work out okay. Then we can place these things on the bottom where they have to go. Yeah, that should be okay. But you know what, folks? Got something I want to show you here. Okay, it's after 3. So we've got to call it quits for today, folks. I got somebody coming over at 3:30 for coffee, so I've got a lot to do here. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.